Hello everyone, welcome to Austin, Texas, and let's learn today about two sit-to-stand workstations. What is a sit-to-stand workstation? Well, a sit-to-stand workstation is something that's going to allow the user to use their existing desk and be able to go from a seated to a standing position throughout their entire workday. For today's comparison, we're going to be reviewing the new S2S sit-to-stand workstation and the very popular Varidesk Pro Plus 36. Now, I think you should all be aware that both desks are identical in height and depth. Both are 29 inches tall and both are 30 inches deep. So let's learn about the two systems. The first one is the S2S sit-to-stand workstation. This is offered in both a single and dual monitor configuration. For today's video, we have the single. It is equipped with an additional work surface, and it has an articulating height adjustable keyboard tray system. Now, the keyboard tray right now is at a very slight negative tilt, but what's so beautiful about it is that it can go from a positive 4 degrees all the way to a negative 15-degree tilt. And that is very nice for folks when they are keying and to aid in their comfort. Let's also talk about the attributes. Excuse me, I was about to sneeze. It's darn Texas allergies. Let's talk about the attributes of the S2S workstation. So we have the ability of the monitor to articulate or move 9.5 inches. It also goes from a landscape to portrait, and then you even have, which is really cool, and I'm going to show right now, is the ability to swing it away, move it out of the way, flip the tray up, but it also, you can share independently, move the monitor. So that's great if you are, bringing clients or fellow colleagues into your workspace and you just want to share what's on the screen. Now let's talk about the height. Now, I think this is really important because for those who are considering a sit-to-stand workstation for their home office, or if you are an evaluator or a facilities person and you're trying to meet the needs of several individuals, this is beautiful because it has great height range, not only above the desk, but also, more importantly, below the desk. And we're going to talk about that in just a moment. Let's just talk about some measurements right now. So I mentioned before that I have this keyboard tray that has 3 inches of height adjustment, and then also has a positive and negative tilt range on the keyboard tray. So right now, while it's in its standing position, this is 51 inches off the surface of the floor, and that is fabulous because we have some tall folks out there, whether you're in Texas or not, and that with a lot of the other solutions, including the Varidesk, it may not go tall enough. And that's not good because you'll see in a lot of videos too that with some solutions, including the Varidesk, that the people are almost looking down. And when you start looking down, you're causing improper posture and you can cause stress and strain. Let's also talk about the ability, I think I mentioned it before very quickly, that you can swing this away. A lot of complaints with the Varidesk and other desk-on-desk solutions or desk risers is that they take up the entire space and that the user doesn't have the ability to get to their workspace. Let's face it, workspaces are getting smaller, and it's that old proverb of real estate, location, location, location. So if you can't get to most of your desk, it could be a problem. Now let's go and look at the Varidesk. Now we do not have it on here, but they do now offer an additional monitor mount, which I'm glad they are doing. It's, I believe, an additional $125. But when you don't have that additional monitor mount, you may not get the height extension, and then more importantly, that it may, when it's in use, it may be wobbly. And we don't want your monitor to fall off the desk. The Varidesk has just about 43 inches of height adjustment from the flooring surface. And the reason that this may not work for folks that are taller than, say, 5'10", is that it's just not going up tall enough. not going up high enough, and that could cause problems for their standing elbow height. I'm going to be very upfront, and I get a lot of flack for this when I talk about the Varidesk, is that it sits on the top of the desk. Now, the issue that can cause, number one, is, as I said, is that you may not be able to get to other parts of your desk. But for those who are below 5'10", and especially me, I'm 5'3", and I'm in heels, is that I am adding so many inches to my seated elbow height. What happens is, and I'm going to show you right now, get you a better visual, what happens when you're sitting at a desk where the keyboard is too high, you are putting so much extra pressure on the body. So let me just move this down. Let me get up to my keyboard. So right now, I am perched up. I'm in pain. I have to reach well above my seated elbow height. Now, I will probably get a lot of naysayers that say, well, just move your chair up. No, that's not the answer. In this video comparison, we're going to include links to NIOSH, to the Cornell School of Ergonomics, and you will see that this is not me dissing a product. It's me explaining that when I am keying, I have to be in an L-shaped position, my elbows close to my body. Well, yes, I am in an L shape now. My elbows are close to my body, but now I have now added several inches of height, and it hurts. And if I'm in this static position, doing this several times a day, doing this several days of the week, I am putting more stress and strain on my body. Most people will be seated at a desk that is at least 29 inches tall. And now, by adding this Varidesk, I'm actually putting an additional inch to the height of the desk. Couple that with a keyboard, I am now adding almost 2 inches of additional height when I am in my seated position. So that is not the optimal typing position for someone of my height. Now, if you are a taller individual, this might be the right solution for you. But the population of shorter individuals, this is not going to be the answer. Now let me show you how my seated elbow height looks with the S2S. So let's move my chair. Now I'm just going to position this quickly. You see how fast and easily it moves down. Now, remember before when I talked about seated elbow height? Well, you're like, well, this is great, Steph. It goes below the work surface. But even though, look, now I'm still too tall. So guess what? Now I have the ability to move this lower. And now let me also adjust my monitor. So now I'm at my optimal 23 inches of seated elbow height. And that's going to be measured from the floor to my elbow when my elbow is bent at a 90-degree angle. Look at that pretty L. And now I can easily type and not be shrugged like before when I was at the Varidesk. So you tell me, does this look comfortable? Yes. Does this look comfortable when I was over at the Varidesk? The answer is no. So I'm not here to make people scared. I'm here to educate about what will happen to your body if it's not used in the proper position. If you have any questions on both seated and standing elbow heights for the S2S or the Varidesk, give us a call.